Students, we are going to continue with chapter 6 of NCERT, that is life processes. Topics which are being covered in this tutorial are steps of Holozoic nutrition, nutrition in amoeba, nutrition in human beings, human digestive system, role of different parts of alimentary canal. In this tutorial, we are going to deal only with the four parts of alimentary canal. These are mouth or buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, and stomach. In previous tutorial, we have discussed Holozoic nutrition. What is Holozoic nutrition? It refers to that mode of nutrition in which organism used to take the food as a whole. So what are the examples of Holozoic nutrition? Yes, right. These are amoeba, paramecia, cat, dog, human, etc. Now we are going to deal with various steps of Holozoic nutrition. These are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. So, what is ingestion? It refers to the process of taking in the food. It is a process by which organism used to take the food. Okay, so what is the next step? That is digestion. Digestion refers to the process of breaking complex food substances into the simple molecules. Why it is necessary? As you know, simple molecules are going to be absorbed easily by the body of the organism. That's why this step is very, very important. Now come to the next step, that is absorption. It refers to the process of absorption of digested food substance. Only digested food substance are going to be absorbed by the body of the organism. This is very, very important that only digested food substance are going to be absorbed by the body of the organism. Now comes to the next step, assimilation. What is assimilation? Assimilation refers to the utilization of digested food substance. That is very, very important. It refers to the utilization of digested food substance. In what term the organism used to utilize the food, digested food substance? In terms of energy. Energy is being provided by the digested food substance, and various nutrients are being required for the growth and repairment of various body organs. So this is very, very important. The next step is egestion. What is egestion? It refers to the excretion or removing undigested food substance from the body of the organism. So let's recapitulate the various steps of Holozoic nutrition. These are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Now comes to nutrition in amoeba. As you know, amoeba is unicellular eukaryotic organism, and it is having holozoic mode of nutrition. These are the various steps of nutrition in amoeba. We have to learn, memorize, and practice these diagrams as an integral one along with the steps being mentioned over here. So first step in nutrition in amoeba is amoeba senses food. Amoeba is going to sense the food first. Then it's going to form pseudopodia. What are pseudopodia? Pseudopodia refers to formation of false feet. These are referred as false feet that surrounds the food. And after capturing the food, what's going to form next? That is food vacuole. Food vacuole constitute food along with water. Why water is being required? Because the various enzymes being secreted by the cytoplasm for the digestion of food substance require medium. This medium is being provided by water. Now, next step is absorption and assimilation of digested food substance. As you know, digestion means breaking down complex food substances into the simpler one. So these simple substances are going to be absorbed and assimilated by the body of the organism. And the last step, right, refers to the ingestion of the undigested food substance. It refers to the expelling out or removing the undigested food substance from the body of the organism. So you can correlate with the previous discussion, that is various steps of holozoic nutrition. First and second step refers to the ingestion of the food. Third and fourth step refers to the digestion of the food. Fifth step refers to the absorption and assimilation of the food. And sixth step is egestion of undigested food substance from the body of amoeba. Right? You can see these steps and you have to learn these steps along with the diagram. You have to practice as a whole. Okay? Now, moving to the very important part, that is nutrition in human being. As you know, human beings are very complex. In what term? Human being is so complex from the rest of the organism. One aspect we are going to deal over here, that is human digestive system. Human digestive system is very complex. As you can see, it comprises of alimentary canal along with associated glands. Associated glands are very important because they do not come in direct contact with the food. Only the substances which are being secreted by these glands is going to help out in digestion of the food substances. This is very important point. I'm repeating this point once again. You can pen it down or write it down in your notebook or the paper being available to you. Associated glands do not come in direct contact with the food. The food is not going to come in digested gland or associated gland. They used to secrete the secretion, and that secretions come in contact with the food substance. These associated glands are salivary glands, liver, pancreas. Okay? Now you can see over here a beautiful animated video. The food first come from that of the mouth and goes into that of the esophagus. Esophagus also refers to the food pipe, and from esophagus the food is going in stomach, and from stomach it is moving into the small intestine. You can see the coiled tube over here. Okay, and the gray section, the translucent section you can see over here is the large intestine, and from large intestine it comes into the anus, and from anus it's going to be excreted out. Okay, this is an animated video. You can correlate that this is mouth, from where the food enters, and from mouth the food moves to the esophagus, from esophagus to the stomach, stomach to small intestine, that is very coiled tube you can see over here, and the gray long tube is referred as large intestine. After large intestine, the food is going to be excreted out through anus. We will discuss each and every part in great detail one by one. So, moving to the first part of alimentary canal, that refers to mouth or buccal cavity. It comprises of teeth and tongue. Along with teeth and tongue, we have associated gland, that is salivary gland. As you know, salivary gland used to secrete saliva, and this saliva have very important enzyme referred as salivary amylase that's going to break down or convert starch into sucrose. Okay, so salivary amylase is very important for the digestion of starch and conversion of starch into the sucrose. Okay, and along with this enzyme, saliva also makes easy the swallowing process. As you know, it is a fluidy substance. Saliva is a fluidy substance. It used to soften the food so that the food can be easily swollen down. This is very important aspect. You have to remember that saliva used to soften the food substance so it can be easily swallowed down by the organism. Okay, by the human. Saliva contains an enzyme referred as salivary amylase. The other name of salivary amylase is ptyalin. Okay, you have to learn this, that another name of salivary amylase is ptyalin, and salivary amylase helps in the digestion of starch. So the digestion process, that is we refers to the conversion of bigger molecule into the smaller one, it start into that of the mouth with the help of salivary amylase and conversion of the starch into the sucrose. This is very important part you have to learn and memorize, that salivary amylase digests starch into sucrose. Okay, and saliva also helps in making the food substances softer ones so that it can be easily swallowed by the organism or the human. Okay, next is tongue. Tongue has gustatory receptor. What are gustatory receptor? These are the receptor meant for the sense of taste. As you can see over here, gustatory receptors are meant for the sense of taste. With the tongue we can sense the food, either it is bitter one or sweeter one, we can taste with the help of the tongue, because tongue have gustatory receptor. Remember this term, gustatory receptor. Tongue has gustatory receptor so that it can sense the taste of the food. Okay, tongue helps in turning the food. You can observe that tongue helps in rotating the food into the mouth so that it can mix with saliva very well. Okay, so this is very important aspect. Tongue helps in turning or mixing the food with saliva so that it can be easily swallowed down by the human. Okay, I'm recapitulating. A mouth has teeth, tongue, and along with this we have associated gland, that is salivary gland. Salivary gland used to secrete saliva. Saliva makes the food softer so that it can be easily swallowed down by human. Saliva contains enzyme that is referred as salivary amylase or ptyalin. Salivary amylase digests the starch and convert into the simpler molecule that is referred as sucrose. Tongue has gustatory receptor. These receptors are meant for sensing of the taste of the food, either bitter or sweeter or even sour also. It can taste any sort of like mm, bitters or sweeter or sour one. It can taste any of the thing. Okay, tongue helps in turning the food also. It helps in mixing the food with the saliva in a properly manner so that it can be easily swallowed down by the human. Now comes to the teeth part. As you can see, the diagram of our jaw, that is lower jaw, is being represented over here, and various type of teeth. You can see incisor, canine, premolar, molar. each type of teeth have a specific function. Like incisor are meant for cutting the food. Okay, cutting of the food is done by incisor. And canines are meant for tearing of the food, and premolars are devoted for coarse grinding of the food. Molars are being used for the fine grinding of the food. Fine grinding. Premolars are meant for the coarse grinding, and molars are meant for the fine grinding. Now look at the diagram. We have incisors, canine, premolars, and molars. Okay, you can see the single tooth as well. Incisor this. Okay, then this is your canine, and this is your premolar, and this is molar. Molar is something having very deep socket. Okay, now comes to the dental formula. Dental formula is calculated by visualizing the half jaw. Okay, half jaw is being visualized to calculate the dental formula. You can see we have two incisors. So two incisors, one one canine, and two premolar. Fourth and fifth teeth are premolar. Then sixth and seven is for molars. These are the three number. So numbers of the teeth in order is being presented. Two are the incisor, one is canine, two are the premolars, and three are the molar one. This comprises of half jaw. So another half is being represented as the same one because we have the same. Some of the organisms do not have the same composition. So this methodology has been adopted by calculating the number of different types of teeth in half jaw only. Okay, half jaw. This is two incisor, one canine, two premolar, and three molars. Similarly, two incisors, one canine, two premolars, and three molars one. The other half. Okay. Now you have understood the dental formula of human. We have different types of teeth. These are incisor, canine, premolars, and molars. Each type of teeth have a different function. That is, incisor are meant for the cutting of food. Canine are meant for tearing the food. Premolars are meant for coarse grinding, and molars are meant for fine grinding. Dental formula is being calculated by visualizing the dental structure of half of the jaw. That is two incisor, one canine, two premolar, and three molar one. And another half is being represented by backslash, putting a backslash, and then the another half is being presented with the same formula: two incisor, one canine, two premolar, and three molar one. This is the dental formula of human. Okay, you have to learn this formula. This can be asked in MCQ. Now comes to the next part, that is pharynx. Pharynx is very very important. As you can see over here, pharynx is a funnel shaped passage at the back of the throat. When we visualize our throat, you can see pharynx over here. This is a funnel shape. You have seen the funnel. It is conical in shape. Similarly, pharynx is also conical in shape. It connects the buccal cavity with that of the esophagus. This is very very important point. From mouth, the food is going to pass through pharynx and ultimately goes into the esophagus. Esophagus refers to your food pipe. Write down or pen it down. That esophagus refers to the food pipe. We will discuss in the next slide, but you should have some idea that esophagus refers to the food pipe. Now, pharynx, in the pharynx, digestive and the respiratory system cross each other. That is very very important point. I just explained this point by one saying from your mother, that don't talk while eating. Why this is so? Why she used to stop us when we are going to eat the food, and she used to say don't talk. while eating. Why it is so? Because pharynx is a common passage for respiration as well as for the digestion part. And one flap is being present over here on the respiratory tract when we are going to chew the food na, this flap covers the respiratory tract, and when we used to talk this flap is going to be open, and instead of going into the uh, food pipe, the food doesn't go into the food pipe and moves to that of the respiratory tract, and this led to the choking or choking event, and ultimately leads to the overbreathing exercise. That's why our mother used to say that don't talk while eating, because our food can be misguided and it moves to that of the respiratory tract instead of moving into the food pipe. Okay, so pharynx is a cross point of digestive and respiratory system. You have to learn this and memorize this because this can be asked in MCQ. Pharynx is a cross point, cross junction between that of the digestive and respiratory tract. Okay, moving to the food pipe, that is esophagus. Esophagus is a long tube like structure you can visualize from the previous animated slide, and this is a tube like structure approximately 25 centimeter long. You have to learn this. The approx length of food pipe of esophagus is your 25 centimeter. Food moves through esophagus by peristaltic movement, peristalsis. What is peristalsis? Peristalsis refer to the rhythmic contraction or relaxation of the muscles being present in esophagus. As you can see, the food is moving in the form of ball-like structure, which is referred as bolus. This ball-like structure, which is being chewed or swallowed and passes from the pharynx in the ball-like structure, that is referred as bolus. And here the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the food takes place. You can see over here with the help of arrows, and it's moving down, and this rhythmic movement of contraction and relaxation of the muscles being present into the esophagus is referred as peristalsis. This is very important aspect, you have to learn it. Okay, so the movement by which food passes through the esophagus is peristalsis. It is referred as rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the muscles being present in esophagus. Got it? Now, come to the stomach part. Stomach is a bag-like organ, highly muscular wall, which help in churning of the food substance. Why churning of the food substance is ultimately being required in stomach? Stomach have various type of digestive juices. We will discuss later on, but it has digestive juices, and these digestive juices need to be mixed with the food which is coming from the esophagus in a ball-like structure we have seen, to be mixed properly with these juices. That is being required. Okay, so stomach is a bag-like organ, highly muscular wall. It has muscles inside it and used for the churning of the food material. It receives and mixes food with digestive juices and propels the food to the small intestine. As we have seen that after stomach, the food moves to the small intestine. It contains pyloric sphincter that control the release of the food from the stomach into the small intestine. What is pyloric sphincter? It is a more like a door. It is a one-way door. When food moves from stomach to the small intestine, a small one-way gate is there, which used to open when food is moving into the small intestine, and the reverse movement is being blocked because it is a one-way passage. The food only moves from the stomach to the small intestine. The reverse passage is blocked because pyloric sphincter is a one-way gate. Okay, so food can't be moved into the reverse way, that is from the small intestine to the stomach, because of the pyloric sphincter. Sphincter is a door like one way door. Sphincter always refers to the one way door flap like structure being present at the junction of stomach and small intestine, and it regulate the passage of the food. The food can move from stomach to the small intestine. The reverse of the food movement is stopped by the pyloric sphincter because it is a one way door or one way flap. Okay, that controls the release of food from the stomach into the small intestine. Now you got the idea. Stomach is a bag-like organ, highly muscular, helps in churning of the food, helps in mixing of the digestive juices with that of the food, so that digestion can be completed in a very holistic manner. Now, pyrolic sphincter. Pyrolic sphincter is one-way door or a flap being present at the junction of stomach and small intestine. You have to learn, memorize, recall three times. That is, pyrolic sphincter is a flap-like thing being present at the junction of stomach and small intestine, and it is a one-way door. This food can move from stomach to the small intestine, but it can't go in reverse direction from small intestine to stomach. Okay, now have a view of gastric secretion. Gastric word means the stomach. Okay, so gastric secretion comprises of three cells being present in the stomach lining. These are mucus cell, parietal cells, and chief cells. Mucus cells are going to secrete mucus, which protect the stomach lining. That is very very important part. Okay, now HCl, parietal cells used to secrete HCl, and this HCl is very very important because it provide acidic medium to the food in stomach, and it kills bacteria, various bacteria which are being coming from the food in our stomach is going to be killed by HCl. HCl is having high acidity. The pH value of the HCl is around 2. It is quite acidic. Okay, chief cells are going to release enzymes. These are pepsin and renin. They are meant for the protein digestion. Okay, so you have to learn the gastric secretion comes from three types of cells being present in the lining of the stomach. These are mucal cells, parietal cells, and chief cells. Mucus cells are going to secrete mucus, which protects the stomach lining from its acid only. Okay, acid is also being secreted. So this mucus lining is going to protect the wall of the stomach from HCl as well as from the protein digesting enzyme, that is pepsin and renin. Okay, HCl is going to provide acidic medium, and it's going to kill the bacteria which are coming along with that of the food. And pepsin and renin are the digestive enzymes meant for digestion of the protein. Before the next class, you have to learn this table, and you have to revise these slides again and again so you have a good idea about the digestive system of human. That's all for today. Thank you.